Okay,
Do you
go
want to
ahead.
put your script down and just get sorted?
Sounds good.
Maybe I'll just need it.
Good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Go for it, go for it.
Hello, everyone. May I have your attention, please? Could everybody please find their seats as we'd like to begin with tonight's events?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bronwyn Holroyd, and this is Rhea Sagert. We are your MCs for the evening. Welcome to your night among some of the brightest stars to come out of Sturgeon Heights Collegiate.
Before we start with the speeches, we would like to say a few thank yous to everyone who has helped make this night possible. First and foremost, we would like to thank the Grad Committee. They were a small group this year that brought back all things Grad, starting from scratch after the long break from COVID. Thank you to Marco Soares, Alexis Lamb, Maddie Kurtz, and Neely Morden.
Second, we would like to thank Miss Blayhut, Miss Blankenborg, and Miss Burke. For dedicating their time to plan this event. Thank you to Mr. Belois for the beautiful convocation programs, the dinner programs tonight, and the countless design and printing that made our graduation truly personal.
We would also like to thank Madame Maddie and Miss Fernie for helping the parent committee plan Safe Grad, and Mr. Cardinal for all the tech support at the show, this morning at convocation, and this evening. You have made the day flow seamlessly.
We cannot go on without giving a huge thanks to all you parents on the multiple Safe Grad subcommittees. We can thank you enough for all your hard work and dedication.
We would like to personally thank the executive of the Safe Grad Parent Committee Chair, Lisa Morden, Secretary, Brandy Johnson, Treasurer, Tara Sink-Mars, and Robin Shelby. They have spent countless hours planning an amazing night for us.
Ever since I first walked through the school doors of Sturgeon Heights, I was always looked up to my teachers, whether it was the math teacher explaining trigonometry, one of the admins reminding us to stay 2 meters apart, or how the teachers still prepared us for those final exams that we never had to take. The teachers at Sturgeon Heights have played a substantial role in all our success, and we want to thank you.
We would now like to invite Alexis Lamb to the stage to present a toast to all of the teachers on behalf of the graduating class.
Good evening, bienvenue, bonjour. My name is Alexis Lamb, and it is with immense gratitude to be part of College Sturgeon Heights Collegiate's class of 2023. I am honored to deliver this year's Toast to the Teachers to congratulate our educators' careless and selfless nature in creating a safe environment for my graduating class to grow and thrive over the last 4 years. Back in grade 8, walking through the maze that is the halls of Sturgeon at open house brought myself and my friends many feelings. My first thought was, wow, this school is huge. Excitement coursed through our veins with every twist and turn, demonstrating something new and intriguing. From culinary students serving Sturgeon's famous chocolate chip cookies, to receiving handcrafted stickers by the graphic arts department, the thrill of exploring all these opportunities was certainly a highlight of this night. Despite growing anticipation for all the new course options, extracurriculars, and freedom, All of us did have some anxiety about the ins and outs of high school. Yet, the friendly staff squashed these fears through their guidance to our classrooms, extra help for their courses, and group quizzes where everyone laughed together about not knowing how to find the y-intercept. Our teachers taught us more than just the Canadian Constitution and Avogadro's number. In fact, they went above and beyond teaching us in the classroom, figuratively and literally. From coaching our sports teams before and after school hours, chaperoning classes on trips to the zoo, to mediating issues within our friend groups, our teachers were always there for us as our family away from home. Their engagement in school-wide activities such as gym intramurals, the show, lip sync battles, and the senior versus staff softball game never failed to lift our moods as we saw the same person who teaches us stoichiometry bust out their best dance moves on the dance floor. Although our teachers taught us life skills such as grammar, calculating sales tax, and time management, they also instilled in us an important value through their actions: kindness. My classmates and I will be forever thankful for the times when you explained what a natural log is with 5 teenagers surrounding your desks, moving unit tests to accommodate our busy schedules, and allowed us to create beautiful pieces of art for a mark instead of writing a 1,500-word essay. Generosity and compassion are recurring themes between all the teachers at Sturgeon, whether they have taught us in the past or have never seen our faces before. 2 days before my art portfolio was due for my application to U of M, I needed a light box to take detailed pictures of one of my art pieces. Instead, I was gifted the entire photography studio all set up for me by Mr. Ragouet. And on one chilly spring day this evening, my key fob suddenly died after warning me that it had a low battery 2 weeks prior to this tragic event. Petrified for what my parents would say if called, I barely mustered enough courage to walk down to the automotive classes to ask Mr. Vimet, who I referred to him as the car teacher, could help me before being redirected to Mr. Yakimowski, who very generously replaced my key fob's battery so I could drive myself home for my post-school nap. I have never been taught by any of these teachers prior to these events, nor have ever talked to them. Yet, all of them willingly extended a hand to assist students without expecting anything in return. Leaving Sturgeon, I will miss the tea-spilling sessions in any and all areas of the school during lunch, the casual drop-in sessions in the art studio, and the indecipherable yet distinct yelling in French booming down the heavy vocational hallway, and so much more. However, I know that myself and my friends will reminisce about the positive and fond memories during high school, influenced by our amazing teachers. On behalf of Sturgeon Heights Class of 2023, I would like to thank all of our teachers, educational assistants, administration, and other staff members for your hard work, countless hours, and effort in guiding us to become mature young adults. Oh. I know it will be hard to keep your mind off of us when you're on the golf course or at the cottage this summer. Try not to miss us too much the next time you walk into Dollarama and see the plastic toy fish, balloons, and red Solo cups. No matter what our futures hold, I can confidently say that your kindness, wisdom, and unwavering encouragement has prepared us to pursue our dreams and seize the day. We wish you only the very best in your teaching careers. And once again, thank you, merci, miigwech.
Thank you, Alexis. We would now like to call upon Ms. Vidal to respond. Ms. Vidal, on behalf of the graduating class of 2023, we thank you for your commitment to ensuring we exceed not only as students, but also as young adults.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, graduates. Yeah. Are we having a good time? Good. Graduates, okay, no more addressing you as students, no more grade 12s, get into line. No more Huskies, let's go here. Well, okay, we'll let you keep Huskies. You can be a Husky forever. Thank you, Alexis, wherever you are, for your very kind words. It's always encouraging to hear that our students notice the efforts that their teachers, admin, and support staff have put in. Although we love our job in the classroom, we really do pour ourselves outside of the classroom as well. We spend countless hours outside the classroom to make those memorable experiences in high school. Sometimes we're doling out Band-Aids, sunscreen, changes of clothes, and whatever's needed at the moment. The teachers that have been around for decades and the ones that will be here for decades yet are the ones who truly embrace what I think is the most underrated line of our job description: and other duties as required. Parents, you understand better than anyone that the job of raising a child does not follow a 9-to-5 schedule. The job description of a parent is essentially all duties as required at all times in all places. We teachers are happy to clock out now that they've reached graduation, but your job is far from over. Good luck. I tried to teach them how to get a mortgage, by the way, so. Now, I thought that my reply from the teacher might channel a little bit more of my perspective as a mother than a math teacher. And we have this whole weird parent vibe going on this year, thanks to Mr. Valentim naming himself as their school dad. It kind of creeped them out, all at first, yes, and TBH graduates, it kind of creeped us out too. I mean, like, we barely knew him at that point as well, so we weren't sure what he expected of us. Like, was he gonna ask us to make you, like, bagged lunches and, like, bring them to school for you? I don't know. But anyways, we know that you ended up loving it, and you grew into a nice little family of Valentim plus 1,200. Not quite as catchy as Kate plus 8, but then again, that reference is probably only relevant to your parents. Here's a reference that you might be familiar with. Hannah Montana, anybody? Okay. Pitbull? No? Okay. See, I know a lot about pop culture. Actually, I eavesdropped on a student saying that they hope someone's speech at Grad referenced Pitbull or the last scene of Hannah Montana. And since no one has so far, here it goes. Graduates, I'm sure some of you can relate to the bittersweet feeling experienced during the final scene of the iconic TV show, Hannah Montana. Just like you, Hannah Montana faced the transition from high school to the next phase of life. As Miley Stewart shed her wig and revealed her true identity to the world, it was a poignant reminder that we all have our own masks to let go of as we embark on new journeys. That moment served as a powerful metaphor for the end of an era, the closing of a chapter, and the beginning of a new adventure. And just like Pitbull's music, life is all about embracing the rhythm, finding your groove, and letting loose on the dance floor of opportunity. Pitbull's catchy tunes remind us to live life to the fullest, to celebrate our achievements, and to never be afraid to unleash our inner party animals. So graduates, as you leave this graduation day and embark on your own individual journeys, carry the spirit of Pitbull with you. Be unstoppable. Dance to your own beat and create a life that's worth celebrating. And don't forget that you'll always have ChatGPT in your back pocket. And it can eloquently craft up whatever it is you may need, like, say, an inspiring message, referencing a pop culture icon that you've never heard of. But it means so much to your students, just as an example. Now, parents, you all know that the path your children have just taken, because you've taken the very same path, the blood, sweat, and tears that you shed to gain your high school diploma. The rigorous mathematics, the philosophical debates, the earnest discoveries in science. All that elbow grease you knew your child would one day anticipate with excitement and awe. And you also know that your lovely, innocent, hard-working little sweethearts have become so motivated that they have worked even harder than you to discover the path of least resistance. They have gained quite the repertoire of tools to make the arduous tasks of academia so much easier. How did they do this? Let me count the ways. It all started with teams, joining the meeting for attendance, and then hoping we wouldn't notice that they mysteriously disappeared once we started teaching. Next day, we'd ask, "Where were you?" And it was always a poor connection. So many poor connections, really weird. When we became the wiser, we would have them keep their cameras on, and so began the screenshots of them at their computer desk, looking so studious and so eager to learn, paused in a moment of reflection for hours on end. Of course, there were also those who didn't realize their camera was on at all. We've seen students cooking, craft dinner, gaming, playing violin. And I even had a student who, after I asked to answer the next trig question, politely turned on their mic to say, "BRB, I'm just serving a customer at the till." Then came AI. Leave it to students to school the teachers with the wonderful ways of artificial intelligence. Difficult math equations solved in a second with full solutions. And I had no idea ChatGPT even existed until this year, like 2023 this year, like probably last month. Meanwhile, the students are making short work of essays for McWilliam that used to keep them up all hours of the night. Write an essay on Macbeth from the voice of a 17-year-old. No, wait, dumb it down a few years. Doesn't sound like me. There, done. And I just heard tonight that there are some of you guys who would send in essays with a quarter of your text in white, just so that you could prove that you met the word count, but you didn't write a full. You've done this? Have you done this? Come on. My goodness. Now, obviously I joke. As Gabby spoke in her valedictorian speech this morning, you guys did not win the lottery and cruise through high school. You did persevere through many more challenges than most graduates, and you definitely earned these diplomas. So kudos to you for finding some shortcuts where you could. Let me conclude with one final reflection for you graduates. You are entering a world that is going to see more change than we have ever seen before. You will be leaders through some of the most difficult decisions that we will have to make as a nation. It will require all the skills you have been building up over these years and the years to come. So remember that when it feels tempting to take a shortcut and rely on technology to solve a problem, you cannot underestimate all the good that you have to offer. You are more than AI. You are the OG. Use your voice in this world, and because you are made up of a whole lot of experiences that are unique to you. Your life is a story worth telling, and no AI is going to be able to do it just the way that you would do it. So graduates, you are forced to be reckoned with. You have the intelligence, the resilience, the resourcefulness, and the style to conquer any challenge that comes your way. As you move forward, remember to stay rooted in what you know to be true. Stay strong with the rings of friendships that you have layered on over the years. In the face of conflict, learn to bend before you break. And remember to keep growing to the skies. Shine bright like a rhombus. Let's raise a glass to toast our forever Huskies. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Ms. Vidal. At this time, we would like to call forward Neely and Dustin Morden to present a toast to the parents.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I know you've heard a lot about us today, so I'm sure it's exciting to hear something about you guys. But I'm Neely.
I'm Dustin.
We've been given the privilege to say just a few words and do a toast to our biggest supporters, and we have a lot to say. We have a lot to thank you guys for. For starters, thank you all so much for being here today. We are so grateful you have joined us to celebrate this big day, especially since without your help, we probably wouldn't have made it this far. From the day we were born, and then our first day of kindergarten, and now graduating high school, you've stuck with us through the whole journey, and it's been a pretty special journey, you could say. Parent-teacher conferences, volunteering at our events, countless hours of trying to help us with our homework. For us French immersion students, it's pretty difficult for our parents to help us, but that's okay. And I'm sure we're all ecstatic about all of that being over. 13 years of reminding us that it's picture day, making sure we look somewhat presentable, driving us anywhere we need, making sure we have everything, and being on us every day about getting our stuff done. We love you, you're our biggest supporters, but you're also our biggest pains in the butt. In all honesty, you guys are the reason we are here today. Without you, things would have gone far south, especially considering our experience was a little bit different. Hate to bring it up again, but remember how you got to spend all day, every single day with us during that silly little global pandemic? How fun was that? Our poor parents. I'm sure I would have slept through several classes if they weren't around, and I know I am not the only one.
Definitely not the only one. First thing I would like to say, I'm definitely not a public speaker, but Shane either, so I'm just here for moral support. I would like to say a bunch of meaningful things. Thank you for wiping our asses, and thank you for teaching us how to wipe our own asses, so maybe one day we could do it ourselves. You really did teach us everything, except for, well, reading, spelling, like, thank you, teachers. But yeah, every little thing doesn't go unnoticed. Very grateful for all of you. Yeah, behind the scenes, after hours, we really appreciate everything you do. Teachers, coaches, also. Yeah, we're really happy, and we're really happy you're here today. Yeah, really happy you're here today. Sorry. Yeah.
Pretty good for not a public speaker and for moral support. Thank you, Dustin. But yeah, that's a true story. We know that parenting is the hardest job around, and we are endlessly appreciative for every time you showed up for us, even when we didn't necessarily deserve it. Every sports event, whether we win or lose, every performance, even if we're not the best at singing, every band concert, and every not-so-awesome art piece that you just put up on the fridge anyways, no matter how bad it is. Just put it up on the fridge. You're always so proud of us, and we cherish all of those little moments that we had, and we will never forget. Whether it's your grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, siblings, friends, neighbors, and I mean, I guess your cousins are all right too, but no matter who has been there for us, no one can put into words how much we value your time. We know you will always be there for us and give us a quick kick in the ass when we need it. Thank you for raising us to be the people we are today, and for teaching us from the roots how to live in this crazy world and how to navigate all of the challenges that come our way, especially high school. We know we can always rely on you, and that you are just a call away no matter where we go or what we decide to do in the future. Thank you for teaching us that even if we don't succeed the first time, to get up and try again until we do. Thank you for teaching us to strive to be our best and try our hardest in every single situation. And I have good news, don't cry, but the journey is far from over. You have to help guide us through whatever we are all doing after today. So congratulations, because it's almost like you graduated too. You get to move on to the next stage of our lives with us, and the future is very bright. It is with utmost appreciation that we can give a toast to our lovely parents and our families. Graduation is a huge milestone in our lives, and we want to acknowledge everyone who has helped us get here.
Class of 2023, please stand and raise a glass to the amazing parents and supporters we have in our life. Thank you for the ongoing wisdom, love, and support. Thank you.
Or don't stand. Or don't stand, that's fine too. Oh yeah, okay. You all look lovely, awesome.
Yes. Thank you, parents. Thank you, Neely and Dustin, much better than just moral support. For the response from the parents, we would like to present Jason and Trina below us.
We have to prep a little bit here for. Okay, you good? It's good for now. All right. Good evening to everyone. Admin, teachers, parents, families, friends, and of course, our amazing kiddos who have just graduated from College Sturgeon Heights Collegiate. My name is Trina Belois, and this is Mr. B, and we are Ryan Belois' parents, and we are honored to speak on behalf of the parents and share our thoughts and hopes on this graduation day. Before we get started, we must thank our teachers, coaches, and mentors. I think they're all sitting over there. Given the amount of time you've spent with our kids, you've practically raised them. The definition of a good teacher is as follows. They are sincere and have pride in their work. They are honest, punctual, and hardworking. They are encouraging, they listen, and they help develop talents and creativity. Good teachers often discover hidden treasures within each student. Look around. Again, most of them over there. We are lucky to say that we are surrounded by good, if not great, at Sturgeon. Thank you. We also must thank the parents in this room who have helped put part of this day together. There are parents here who have given nothing short of blood to this school over the last few years. They are on the board, the Safe Grad Committee, parent volunteers, parent coaches. We thank you so much. Now, graduation day. Just saying those two words as parents makes us quite emotional. Whether your child is ready for university or college, starting a new job, taking a gap year, or whatever else they have planned, this is a big moment for us parents. By looking around at Convocation today, I feel there were two groups of parents. Those who are relieved and ecstatic, you are cheering loudly that this day is finally here and that their kiddo made it, even with that 51%. And then there was a group who may be experiencing different emotions. Don't be embarrassed if you've cried today, or even on and off for the last month. These tears aren't so much sadness, but memories, excitement, anticipation of what's to come, and pure joy that only a parent can attest to. Parents, you're probably wondering where the years have gone as you marvel at your child's accomplishments. It sure doesn't seem that long ago when these young adults were toddling off to kindergarten, watching the Wiggles, learning to potty train, losing their first tooth, having their first tantrum. When do those stop, by the way? All the way up to entering Sturgeon in grade 9, to your first day of driving, and finally today. These kiddos have had an intense ride over the last couple of years, finally coming out of a pandemic which included masking and online classes. Although it hasn't been an easy ride, it's part of your history. You'll all remember that big global pandemic with the public health crisis where we had to stay home, hoard toilet paper, and watch Tiger King or Stranger Things. Doesn't get much better than that, I don't think so. I just wanted to list a few things and some of the accomplishments that these kids engaged in at Sturgeon this year. Provincial varsity girls volleyball champions. It's the 2023 Colorado Cup champions for the boys varsity hockey team. It's quite a long list, so you can clap if you want. Multiple Manitoba High School Athletes of the Week, mixed doubles and girls double varsity badminton champions, bronze for varsity boys lacrosse and Huskies Ultimate, varsity basketball boys provincial finalists, football divisional finalists, multiple provincial qualifiers in cross country, track and field, and badminton, fun and creative spirit weeks, the amazing pros versus Joes, thanks Miss Woods, Rock the Heights, pep rallies, craft sales, band and choir performances. There are no words to express how amazing the show was. And also Huskies Drama Night, Spag and Sauce fundraiser, choir performances at the Winnipeg Musical Festival, fishing derbies, gym riots, multiple medal award winners at Skill Manitoba competitions, including a bronze medal in electronics at Skills Canada. Paper or Plastic or SpongeBob musical by drama students, graduation powwow, ranked in top 3 in Concours d'Oratoire. One Husky raising $10,000 for MS. Just amazing. And how many Huskies were spotted in extracurricular activities outside of Sturgeon? By the way, these kids also had classes to go to on top of all of this. Do we wonder if this grad class will be successful? Not one bit. So given that we don't have to worry too much about this grad class being successful, we as parents still have many hopes for all of you. No matter what kind of parent you have been, attached, detached, helicopter, come on, you know who you are. We all have a few reminders and hopes for you today. To our grads, you are technology wizards. You were born and educated in a techie world that was only found in science fiction movies and books for most of us in this room. TikTok, cell phones with 3 cameras, electric cars. Our hope is that once in a while, you'll put your phone down and talk to people. Don't lose that skill. Success is not defined by money, but by relationships and how many people you've positively impacted along the way. Focus on relationships and being kind. And yeah, money's nice to have too. You are the generation who has solutions to environmental concerns such as global warming, conservation of natural resources, and the never-ending recycling. Although this will always be commendable, our hope is that you also remember to slow down and feel the grass between your toes. Enjoy the smaller things in life, dream big, and dream a lot. We are thankful for these big dreams, and not the simple ones you had when you were 5, as a lot of you would be going to Princess, Cowboy, or Unicorn School in September. You are the generation of better acceptance, and this people is absolutely nothing short of amazing. From cultural acceptance to identity acceptance and everything in between, this Generation Z just goes more with the flow than any gens of our past. Although some of us parents may not always understand what you say or do, and we may be nagging you or putting our expectations on you, our hope is that you know we will always be your most powerful support in understanding, or at least trying to understand along with you. We also hope that you will continue to ask good questions, that when you fail, and you will, that you'll have the resilience to pick yourself up and try again. We hope you continue to be open to new ideas, perspectives, and possibilities. We hope you'll always be a proud Husky alumni, continue to eat well, dance, make your bed, be kind, exercise, and of course, sing. I now call up Mr. Shirk to do a duet with Mr. Below us, celebrating our class of 2023.
right, guys. Well, welcome. Happy graduation, everybody. I'm Mr. B, JB. This is Mr. Shirk.
What's up, peeps?
I'd like to give another shout out to my lovely wife, Trina, for a great speech. So I'll try and speak right into this thing here. You guys can hear me there. All right, all right. This is no way a Hilder Metcalf performance, so just going to say that right now. If you want to see that, maybe tomorrow, come to school. But hey, we'll give it our best. We're not going to be performing any Pitbull tonight, although sure kind of looks like Pitbull a little bit. All right, this song goes out to all our Huskies, past, future, and present Huskies, and we're very proud of all you guys. And are you ready, Mr. Shirk?
You betcha, JB.
All right. All right, here we go. Graduation is the festival of bliss. We finally made it. No more physics, chem, or calculus. So when you feel like the only kid in town who's not quite ready to leave, here's a song me and Shirky wrote, dedicated to all you Huskies.
We had pros versus Joes and a ton of school spirit.
No cap.
Mrs. Woods doing the worm on stage, and the show was completely lit. Strolling in 10 minutes late, wrote my third retest this week. Sheesh. A pluses all around. Thank you, ChatGPT.
We had volleyball, girls provincial champs, and boys basketball city champs too. Put them together. What a fine looking crew.
We just don't need more homework because we're cramming for exams. I heard they're bringing exam week back, though. Sorry about that, fam. Put your grad caps on ya. We're singing songs just for ya. It's graduation time, yeah. Husky wee wee, husky wah wah. St. James Collegiate. They aren't Huskies. But guess who is? Havoc. He speaks French. Wee wee wee. Way too many school programs. Just way too many to list. Oh, someone forgot their mic on Teams this morning. Super hilarious. We had Rock the Heights. Senior skip day wasn't too shabby. And from just one grade level meeting, you know Val and Tim as Daddy.
The Huskies are the best.
Indeed.
Especially this class.
Blake and Ryan.
Hey, Mr. Libby, are you wearing shoes? Let's all raise a glass.
So many schools are in our school div. JT and Westwood are, but you know who the best one is? Go Huskies. But Veronica, it's time to graduate. So much funica to celebrate Gradica. So put your grad caps on ya. We're singing songs just for ya. It's graduation time, yeah. Husky wee wee, husky wah.
One more time.
Put your grad caps on ya. We're singing songs just for ya. It's graduation time, yeah. Husky wee 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 wah.
Happy graduation, everybody.
Where's Rohan? Rohan, where are you? Husky wee wee.
Thank you, Ms. Belois, for your wonderful speech. And let's give up one more round of applause for JB and Shirky on that excellent song. I would also like to thank all our other presenters for their wonderful speeches and songs. Thank you.
Wow, I think my night is complete now. Like, what else do I need to do? Graduates, we have finally made it. All our hard work has paid off. From those first few days of elementary school to now the end of our high school adventures.
Before we continue with our evening, we have a few very important reminders about Safe Grad.
All grads and guests must be transported to and from the Downs by the driver that was listed on the forms. Before leaving for the Downs, please review the list of rules given out with the other forms.
Check-in and wristbanding will take place between 11:15 p.m. and midnight. No late expectations will be made after that time. Remember to bring your Safe Grad ticket and a form of photo ID.
When you enter the Downs, the graduate and the guest will be signed in according to the initial of the graduate's last name. Both must be signed in together.
The predetermined driver must come into the Downs to sign you out, and everyone must be picked up by 4:30 a.m.